So one of the first questions I should probably answer is, what is PowerShell? The easiest way to break it down is that PowerShell is an automation framework that consists of a couple of different pieces. First, we'll break down what those pieces are, and then we can tackle what an automation framework is. The two main pieces that tend to come to mind when looking at PowerShell are the command line environment and the scripting language. So let's take a look at these two pieces first. As a command line environment, PowerShell seems familiar to what you may traditionally think of as the command line or DOS prompt that's been included in Windows forever. It is basically an interface or window that allows you to type in commands to tell your computer what to do. I give the computer a command, and the computer responds accordingly. I directly control what the computer does and how it does it. The computer simply responds to my commands. This is how PowerShell is an interactive command line environment. PowerShell provides thousands of commands called commandlets that give you the ability to quickly get information about or make changes to your computer or the software running on it. The command that you just saw in action was get service. This command allows me to quickly and easily see what services are on my computer and what their current status is. The commands in PowerShell are logically named, which makes them much easier to learn as well as easier to remember. The PowerShell command line environment can do everything your traditional command prompt can do, and so much more. It's the so much more that we will be concentrating on in this course. Now, as a scripting language, PowerShell opens up a whole new world of features and flexibility that really gives you the ability to conquer complex tasks. As we saw with the get service command, PowerShell provides easy ways to get to information. But the real power comes into play when I need to do more complex tasks, or even when I need to perform hundreds of tasks quickly and in a consistent way. This is where PowerShell really shines. As a scripting language, PowerShell allows me to combine multiple commands or tasks into one script file. I can then run this file in place of doing all those individual commands or tasks. PowerShell even includes built-in tools for creating these script files. In this course, we'll cover using the PowerShell ISE, that's Integrated Scripting Environment, to help you create scripts to carry out complex tasks. So let's get back to my original question. What is PowerShell? And also, why should you want to learn it? PowerShell is Microsoft's automation framework. That is to say, it's a set of tools that provide you the ability to quickly automate large complex tasks. The benefits of this are pretty easy to see. Let's take an example of a small company that has a small IT department. In the real world, it's very likely for a small business to have only one administrator who's in charge of all their computers and servers. If the administrator only had one task a day that they had to do, their job might be very easy. But if the administrator has to do hundreds of tasks every day, which is a very common scenario, time management becomes a big problem, especially when some tasks take longer than others. This is where PowerShell really shines. If the administrator can create PowerShell scripts to automate some of those more complex tasks, that frees up their time to focus on the other tasks they need to complete. So let's expand on that a bit. Let's take that same administrator and now assume that they are in charge of hundreds or even thousands of computers. Being able to carry out those same tasks in a timely manner when scaled to thousands of computers may seem impossible. Especially since we're going to assume here that our administrator is human and they may need to eat, sleep, and have a life of their own outside of work. With PowerShell, our administrator can create scripts to handle the large complex tasks, and then have that same script run across all those different computers at the same time. This means that PowerShell not only allows for automation of tasks, but also provides scalability across large environments as well as repeatability and consistency across those environments. This is one of the most key pieces for me, having that ability not only to carry out those complex tasks, but to be able to do it in a way that is consistent across multiple computers. It's very easy, especially when repeating the same series of tasks over and over across a lot of different computers, to accidentally miss a step or click that wrong checkbox just that one time and watch it all fall apart. With PowerShell, I don't have to worry about that because it carries out the commands I give it the same way no matter how many times I run the script or what computers I run that script on. So now that we have a better understanding of what PowerShell is and some of the benefits, let's look at some more reasons that you should learn PowerShell. Almost every software product that Microsoft currently creates uses PowerShell for a large portion of their configuration and management. This is especially true for their server products such as Microsoft Exchange Server, SharePoint Server, Office 365, and many more of their products. And this is a trend that is not going away anytime soon. In fact, as each new version of Microsoft's products come out, many of the options and features for managing and configuring these products are being moved over to PowerShell. That means that certain features and settings can only be done through PowerShell. So not only does PowerShell help you with managing your Windows computers and servers, but also with Microsoft's other server products as well. So learning PowerShell not only helps you automate complex tasks, it also gives you an advantage by allowing you to already be familiar with the tools that are being used to manage and configure the majority of Microsoft's current and future products. And another great note, many other software companies are now building PowerShell integration into their products as well. This means that you'll be able to automate tasks across not only Microsoft products, but also many other software products that are running in your environment. I hope that this has helped you get a better understanding of what PowerShell is and how it can help you not only in daily tasks, but also in providing the foundation for advancing your skills as well as your career. Knowing PowerShell is going to become more and more important each year, and learning it now will get you ahead of the game.